for tuning on to A Doctor's Crafty Life. This is A Doctor's Crafty Life, episode 1 of my podcast. I am a physician who, on her spare time, does a lot of crafting that includes gardening, sewing, knitting, and shoemaking. Therefore, I would like to share my experiences with everyone and also hope to inspire people who want to learn how to do these crafts, and also to show you that regular people can do these crafts and still maintain professional lives. I'm going to tell you just briefly about my crafting story. I learned how to crochet as a child, and I don't even remember learning. I remember we used to, back home from Cameroon, where I come from, we used to unravel sweaters to make little shawls for our dolls and things like that. We didn't have yarn as abundantly as we have here today. So that's when I learned how to crochet. I did not use it for at least 20 years straight. Then my daughter asked for me to buy her some yarn and hook to learn how to crochet when she was, I think, 9 years old. She's now 18. And I was very happy, so I purchased it for her. I didn't even know that I still remember how to do it. So when she got it for Christmas, she was trying to use it. I saw her using it and I started teaching her, and I realized that I still knew how to do it. And so from then on, that's when my crafting really started as an adult. I just never stopped. I started to crochet, and I started making hats and sweaters even for them. And whenever I look at knitting at patterns, I will be drawn to the knitting patterns, and I thought, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution 1 year. That was about 7 years ago, to learn how to knit. So I did that. I got a DVD from Amazon that was about $19.99, popped it in, and learned and I started knitting in a straight line. And every time I would make mistakes, I realized I was learning more and more, but I was so interested in learning, I didn't care how many times I failed. I just kept learning. And I made my first hat. I think it was about 6 times unraveling and making the same hat. And my husband, he still wears it, just to remind remind us and remind me where I started. So I finally learned how to knit, and for a while I was doing mainly knitting, a lot of small items, hats, scarves. I wouldn't dare knit a sweater. And I started at work. I would make hats and scarves to order, commission order, and sell it. And eventually, as I was I started Instagram. As I was on Instagram, I started following some really great knitters and sewers, and I realized that they were all doing different crafts. So the same knitters would sew and we wear dress with those sweaters. And I thought, that would be really nice if I could do the same, if I could be able to knit and make dresses to match with it. So I started doing, I decided last year, a year ago, in May 2020, to start sewing my own garment. So I had a sewing machine, and I had used it to make some blinds in I would draw the line and just made some blinds 5 years ago, and I decided sewing was not for me, and I put it away. And so I pulled it up and I started learning, got some patterns, and I started learning how to sew, and I just took up from there. And then 6 months ago, I also, just from Instagram, discovering that the same people, they sew their dresses, make shoes. And I thought, oh, I wanted to make shoes. And so I tried to look around and try to look on Instagram and try to find some free tutorials that will help me learn how to make my own shoes, so I didn't have to pay for any tutorials. I could not find any. The more I looked, the more confused I got. So in the end, I signed up for a course that everyone was talking about called I Can Make Shoes. It's a really great course that takes you step by step on how to make your own shoes at home. So I started using that, and I was able to make shoes. I couldn't believe it. And so I think that's today my favorite craft, and that's a craft I would really like to share with everyone and like to contribute, because I think that we all think that the industrial world is how we get shoes, and I would like to try to help demystify shoemaking and show you how at home you can make your own shoes without too many tools, just your hands. If you got two good thumbs and two good index fingers, you're good to go. So without ado, I think my first podcast, I would like to start with sharing my mix for the month of July. I have some sewing and some shoemaking mix. First, I will start by sharing with you the dress I'm wearing. The dress I'm wearing is the white strap maxi dress by Peppermint Magazine. It's one of their free patterns that they have online. So here's a pattern, and it's a maxi dress, and it's by LB. I think it's LB Textiles, and it's an awesome pattern. I love it. I've made 3 versions so far, and let me just go ahead and show you. So it's a maxi, it's just a straight maxi dress. It has this very interesting pocket construction on the side that I love because your hand just slips in very easily. And I color block this one, and I did that because it's just a fun dress to color block. So I just cut it in a, individual pieces. I think on the pattern itself, the front is already has a seam, and the back of this dress has like an elastic band. I made 3 bands on it. Usually it has 1. I just made 3 to keep the elastic from rolling in place. I love this dress. On a hot day, this is what I wear. It goes, I shorten it by about 4 inches, and it has a slit on the side of the dress, and it's a great dress. It's a great summer dress. These colors were inspired by these mules that I made. This is not my July month, but they were inspired by these colored mules that I made when I started making shoes. And I love this. This is my favorite mix so far because it matches with everything. And I love it so much that I made a dress to match it. So sometimes I wear them together, sometimes I don't. But it's some awesome colors. It's made in suede, and I love these shoes, these mules. All right, so I'm going to show you some other mix that I have for the month of July. My next make is another of this white strap maxi dress. This one is made in linen. This one is also made in linen, and this is made in this linen. Look at how awesome this print is. I saw it at Joann's Fabric, and I loved it so much that I grabbed the whole roll, the whole thing, because I knew if I came back I wouldn't find it because it's such a nice linen fabric. So I made another one of this fabric. So it's a maxi dress, and it has slits on the side. So it's really a great summer dress. So that's that. I have another version that I made in the first version I made. If you go to my Instagram, Neurocon Stitches, you will find all the pictures of all the versions that I made there. I made that before July, so it's not with this collection. The next dresses or tops that I made is the Ogden Kami by True Bias. Now, July was Ogden Kami month, and I loved it because I love Ogden Kami. I have my 11-year-old also loves it. She loves it even way better than I do. She wears it with her shorty shorts and randomly in the house, and she loves them. So I usually, if I have a small amount of fabric left, I'll use it. It's a great fabric buster pattern, and it's so easy to do. I am still, fortunately, I'll say I am not done yet with this pattern because it's such an awesome pattern. You can hack it into a dress. So I have, in July, I made 5 sets for Mommy and Me. I'll insert the pictures in the screen. Mommy and Me for my daughter and I. So yes, the first one, I just have mine. It's made in this viscose, very drapey fabric, and I did a little hack with this ruffles, with the ruffles in the front. And I love wearing this one on a hot day. It's pretty airy and pretty drapey. Made another one in Ankara fabric. It's great to wear with shorts, I love to wear them with skirts and with capri pants. And here's the next one. I love Ogden camis. I am not done making them. I love them. They take such little fabric that they are so great to make. And this one is made with another linen and some ruffles in the front, and it's just very comfortable to wear with any skirt or shorts or pants. This one is made out of chambray. It was part of the Mommy and Me, and I didn't have enough, so I used a leftover from another chambray fabric to make the straps. So this one I didn't have to hem it because the edge of the roll was such good edge that I wanted to keep that raw edge there, so I did not hem that. And this one I had just a little bit of polka dot fabric, so I just made one for me. I didn't make this one. Was after 5 makes, I figure, you know, my daughter had enough of them, so I just made this one for myself. Then I went to hacking it into a dress. This is, I've worn this a few times already. In my last tutorial I wore it. It's such a great dress to wear. It's made out of chiffon fabric, and I just did rolled hem and French seam on both of them. So on the inside is just French seamed. I did not use a serger for this one, just to make sure it's more stable. And I did some ruffles in the front, and so on the inside is a complete lining on the inside here. So this is a great dress. I love wearing it. It's so nice and drapey. The last dress I would like to show you is the Darling Ranges by Megan Nielsen pattern. I have made 2 versions of this one. This is one of the versions. I'll show you a picture of me wearing it. I love this dress. It's made out of chambray. This is the same fabric that I used on the Ogden cami hack dress. Sorry, not hack dress. The Ogden cami I made with the pineapple straps. So here's the fabric. I had the pineapples going down in the top and the pineapples going up in the bottom. I guess I call it upside down pineapple. And then it has these great straps in the back, which I really love. It gives the shape of the dress. I really love that the straps do not start from the side, and rather they start all the way from the back, so you can see them on the side, but they give really great shaping. This one I made I did my own buttons, covered buttons, which are really easy to make and fun if you just take the time. But I didn't want the buttons to shine over the dress. I wanted the pattern to shine rather than buttons, because I realized that when you had a really bright button, the button take over the dress. So I wanted them to just blend in, so the dress, you can see the dress rather than the buttons. So that worked. I think that worked out pretty well. It's a great dress. I love it. I've already worn it several times before. You get a lot of wear. The other thing I like about that dress, it also has the arms come down all the way to here, and they're very fitted, and it gives a very sexy look on the arms. So I really love that about that dress. So I will probably be making some other versions of it later on, but for right now I have put it away. So that's it for my sewing mix, and now I'm going to move to my shoe mix, which is the fun area that I'm still very enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic about all my crafts, but this area really gets me excited. So the first one I made for this month was this pair of clogs. I'm just figuring out how to make clogs. I started making shoes about 6 months ago, so I'm still trying to figure out how to make clogs. I made the first pair, which it was the prior month, so I did not get to share that. It wasn't as good as this one, but what I noticed was when I wore it with just the wood, I could feel the wood under my foot, and I didn't really like that so much. So from now on, I just I put a padding in all my clogs. So this one was a lot of fun making. It was really easy to do because it was just like you didn't even need the mold to do this one. You can use the mold to give it better shape, but you didn't really need the mold for this one. So you just pretty much put some nails on the sides and you're done. So I love this. I slip my foot in it. It matches with a lot of my clothing. So I love this Shoemake. And then the next one I made was this pair of Mules. There we go. So I used leather that I purchased from this leather. I think that the top, yeah, they all came from buyleatheronline.com. And these buttons I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I saw them, I thought, oh, that'll look great on my shoes. Now, and then the bottom Vegetan leather is pretty thick, great leather from buyleatheronline.com. I get my heels usually from Last Assembly. She's great. Christina is great. And I get my insoles and my last from her. And that's what I use for most of my shoes. I am pretty tall. I'm 5'10", so I don't tend to wear a lot of high heels. I tend to wear a lot of mid-range block heels. So I really find that her heels are great. They're wooden heels. Sometimes I have them exposed. Sometimes I have them covered. Most of the time covered, but I really love them. Now, I made a symmetric shoes because I could not decide which one I wanted. So I just said, oh, why not just go for it? It's mine. I can do whatever I want, right? So I did, and I love it. I love the symmetry in it. It just makes it more designer. I have my logo right there on it, my Nirukan handcrafted logo right there on it, and I love it. I wear it. The only part I feel that it's uncomfortable is this little area right here on my toe. For some reason I can feel it. This other one is pretty good. I showed my kids, I said, which one do you like, this or that? And they said they liked this one, and I liked this one instead, because I like things that are somewhat different because the strap is in the front. But the problem with my pattern is it hurts a little bit right here. Not really hurt, but it's just I can feel it, and I do like comfort. So this is a great make. I do love it. I wear it because it's white and it goes with a lot of stuff. I mean, all my shoe makes are pretty comfortable when I wear them. So next I decided, okay, I'm ready to make clogs. So I made this white clogs, which you probably have seen if you watch my tutorials. I love it. Now it's not made out of Vegetan, so it's soft. It's pretty soft. I don't know how long it would last, but it's pretty, I love it. It's very comfortable. It's very light. I get the shoe heels from OMES, O-M-E-S, online.com, and they through Etsy, and it's pretty inexpensive. For $106 I can get 6 pairs. I mean, that's pretty inexpensive. It takes a while to get it because it comes all the way from Cameroon in Africa, but in the end when I get it, I'm so pleased with what I get, and I can make great clogs that fit me very well and don't cause me any discomfort. Then next I thought, okay, I haven't made some sandals in a while, so I made this. I needed some black sandals, so I made this pair of black sandals. Now, I had this is my own design, which I haven't really seen in a lot of places. I use this scallop band design, and I also did it in the front, and also it has 2 hearts in the back. I figured it was mine. I can do whatever I want. It's so really hard for me to stay focused when I make my shoes, because I go with the flow, how I feel about it. When I make them, if I don't like something, I take it out. If I like something, I add it. I just keep going. So sometimes most of the time, actually, when I start with a different idea and I end up with another one, but I'm pleased with it because that's what in the end I wanted to make. So this one I really like. It's very comfortable, very comfortable. The back here, I had a piece of strap that came in here, my original design, but when I placed it on there, I did not like it. So instead, I just made a little scallop back there. So that's kind of cool. When I wear it, it has this little scallop back here. Instead, a picture with me wearing the shoes so you can see how it looks. And it's really good sandals. The only problem is working with black suede. Can be a little bit, it can be tough keeping the glue off of it. Keeping it clean, keeping it from getting all kinds of stuff on it. And so I was done making the shoes. I was just doing the last touch on the side, and there you go. I got a big blob of gold of glue right there, and oh my goodness, I couldn't get it off. And then I decided I needed to paint it, and the paint matched, and so ends up my pretty shoes right there. And then also I had some clips that I had on the actual shoe, and they left some marks on there. But when I wear it, you can't really tell. It's really cute, black pair of shoes, and I really like them. And they're very comfortable. I usually put a layer of foam in my shoes so that they end up being very comfortable. And the heels, the soles are always vegetan leather, and I use pretty much genuine leather to make all my shoes. But the last make for July for shoe makes is this Clogs, which, oh my goodness, I love this Clogs. So this is the same as the white Clogs but orange color. Now I use this is the first time I actually use the vegetan, so it's pretty firm but surprisingly very comfortable. My shoes, I do not have to break into them because I make sure they fit me very well, where I'm not struggling with trying to, they don't hurt, they don't tight. I really don't like shoes that hurt. So in general, I prefer to have my shoes fit me. This one is getting a lot of wear, as you can see underneath there. It's getting a lot of wear. I love it. It's very comfortable, and it fits me perfectly. I love the band on the end because I can't feel, when I slip my foot in it, I don't feel the edge of the leather, which is really great. I have a tutorial for this one, and if you want to learn how to make this, you can go through the step-by-step tutorial. I have a little faster tutorial. If you just want to see how I made it, you can watch that, and it's great stuff. I mean, it shows you how you can make all your shoes at home without never having to. I don't think I'll be buying shoes anytime soon. So these are all my makes for July. Thank you for watching. And for me, I feel when I started the craft, I could find everything I need for sewing. I could find everything I needed for knitting. I could find nothing I needed, hardly anything for shoemaking. So I would like to contribute to the world of shoemaking by making some available free tutorials on my process. When I make shoes, I'll have tutorials there so people can see how they can make their own, because it will be so awesome if you can sew your clothes and have shoes to match them. I have actually some that have the same fabric as the shoes have the same fabric as a dress. So you can use whatever fabric you like to make shoes by just using interfacing on it, and it makes it firm, and you can use it. It's a little bit trickier, but I'll show you in some of my videos how I do that, and it's awesome. Again, thank you for watching A Doctor's Crafty Life. I am so grateful to be here, and I hope that what I share with you gives inspiration so a lot of people can make their own shoes, clothes, and everything on that you wear at home without having to buy them from the store. And it's not cheaper, but however, it does fit you way better, and it has a different fulfillment that you don't get even if you buy something expensive at the store. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want to get updates on new tutorials and new podcasts, please subscribe to